OneCause Fundraisers, I'm Dawn Lego. It's time to buckle up for a new episode of Raise Nation Radio, the one and only podcast made to inspire fundraisers like you to continue making impact in our communities, building better tomorrows, and exchanging ideas. So whether you're a trailblazer or seasoned pro, you'll pick up the trends that transform your fundraising. And together we'll dive into lively conversations and we'll chat with industry leading fundraisers and thought leaders to explore hot button issues and innovative ideas. So stay with us for the next 30 minutes while we inspire you to embrace the future of fundraising. Well, Raise Nation, welcome back. We're so glad you're joining us again. If you've been with us before, thank you for making the show so popular. We've gone well past 125 episodes and counting. I can't wait to see what this year brings. Our guests have just been so inspiring. We hope you are all inspired too as you listen to all the different shows. And if you're new, please hang out and follow us on the channel that you like best because, well, we're everywhere. We stream on 10 different podcast channels. We're on demand at OneCause.com. You'll even find us live at some of the industry conferences and at the Raise conference, which, by the way, takes place each year in September. This year will be in Nashville. If you're not familiar, please check it out, OneCause.com/raise. Tickets are on sale now. It promises to sell out. So you do want to get your tickets in early. But anyway, you're here with us now, and we have some great conversation. I'm super excited to welcome some of my colleagues here to the show because you're all tired hearing from me. But we have Ashley Sanregret and Ryan with us, Ryan Love. They're from our service and support team. We're going to talk about customer experience and customer success. So Ryan, Ashley, say hello to Raise Nation Radio audience.
Hi, Raise Nation.
Raise Nation, how are you?
Well, I'm so glad to have you. You know, we recently chatted with Caitlin Lanlin and Ashley Bennett and Missy Marchant, and we really got into the passion and the drive and the why behind OneCause customer success managers. It was so interesting. And just at their perspective about why they're here and what different causes mean to them and what brought them to OneCause. So we're going to take a little different perspective here and talk a little bit more about that customer experience. And we'll get into it in just a minute. But you know what? Our audience wants to get to know you. So why don't you do your own introduction? Say hi to Raise Nation Radio. Tell us what you do here, how you got here, and maybe a little bit that you want to share personally. If you don't mind, we'll go ladies first. I'm sure I'll get some flack for that. But Ashley, why don't we start with you?
I was like, oh man, I could probably introduce Ryan at this point because we are so close and I just really enjoy him as a teammate. Speaking of Raise, I actually came to want to peek in my head in the door to become a staff member at OneCause because I attended our Raise conference virtually when we were still hosting them virtually. So I was a customer before that. I was at the Make-A-Wish Foundation and I was a nonprofit for over 14 years. And some of those years spent as a OneCause customer. And I loved it. I enjoyed it. But I also remember sitting in on that Raise virtual conference and being like, what is going on at OneCause? Like, I know what we get, and our customer success manager that I worked with, her name's Karen. She was fantastic. And I'm like, oh man, what are they doing? They're so, they're imaginative. They're like on all like the front lines of fundraising. They're coming up with these really cool ideas. Their speakers are out of like just off the charts. Like, I want to know more about this. I wasn't looking for a job, but I peeked my head in the door. And when I did, and started talking more about OneCause, I'm like, yeah, I'm in. I want to be a customer success manager. And honestly, Dawn, I always thought that I would be at Make-A-Wish. 100%. I love the mission. I started as a volunteer. I love philanthropy. I love giving back. I just feel like that's part of the way that I'm woven. And the pandemic changed things for me, and it changed things for the rhythms of our family. And I thought to myself, man, I love Make-A-Wish. I want to serve Make-A-Wish. I want to be part of OneCause though. So I joined the team. And as a customer success manager, not only do I get to still feed some of the cool information I'm hearing back to my old colleagues about fundraising, upcoming trends, but I get to help hundreds of other nonprofits, people that are difference makers, changing the world. And I get to be a part of that. And that to me is what fuels me every day. And side note, we have such an incredible culture. The team here and the family I feel at OneCause, I just came back from vacation and I'm like, man, I'm glad I get to go back to work to a place where I love my colleagues.
Oh, I didn't know any of this story, actually.
Yeah.
That this is very interesting. We love Make-A-Wish too. Have you ever been to the New Jersey Make-A-Wish chapter by any chance?
I have not.
Have you heard about it?
Well, yes, I have.
Yeah, so I'm from New Jersey. I
Yes.
just passed it yesterday, in fact. I was with my husband and my son. He had oral surgery yesterday, and we came back from the dentist, home, and we passed the Make-A-Wish Castle in New Jersey. And I'm like, oh my gosh, there's Make-A-Wish. He goes, that's Make-A-Wish or Disney? I'm like, no, we're still in New Jersey, Tommy. That is Make-A-Wish. It is such a beautiful facility and such a great cause, but we're glad you can still serve them just in a different way, right?
I will always serve that mission. And now I get super excited about the other missions that I'm helping to serve by helping them increase their fundraising by using our software. So
cool.
Circle. Yeah.
Well, we're glad that you're here. We're glad that we attracted you from the Raise conference. But we need to hear from the gentleman on the call. Now, I have a fun fact. Do you know my fun fact, Ryan?
I'm sure I know where you're going with this.
Okay. Well, we'll see after I say it. So I have not always been on the marketing team at OneCause. I was part of the new biz team when we first started. I've been here for a long time. So we kind of just wore any hat that we needed to wear back in the day when we were a startup. So I was on the new business team, and I meet Ryan Love from Big Brothers Big Sisters, and boy, was he tough. Oh my God, he was tough on me. He asked every question. He just knew so much about where he wanted to go with his Big Brothers Big Sisters chapter, how he was going to accomplish that goal. And he wanted the best software behind him to do that. And he took me to task for sure. And then at one point, I wasn't so sure if you were going to become a customer or not, but I kept saying, come on, we have to do this. We've got to partner together. I believe in OneCause being able to support your lofty goals. And I finally got a yes, and we did partner. And then you joined. Next thing I know, I see an announcement, and here's Mr. Ryan Love working for OneCause. So fill in the blanks. Is that where you thought I was going to go with this?
Yeah. I had a feeling that if you didn't bring it up, I was going to.
Oh, okay. So you have to fill in the gaps, because I don't know what happened from point A to, point Z there, but let's have you introduce yourself.
Sure. So I have a bit of a different background. Let me start with, just echoing my admiration for getting to work with Ashley every day. We work pretty closely on our team, and all the CSMs are fantastic, wonderful people. Ash and I started around the same time, so we've had kind of a bond since the beginning. It's been great. But like you said, Don, I'm a former customer of OneCause. If we rewind even a little bit before that, I actually used to be a pastry chef, if you can believe that. I ran retail stores for a chocolate confectionery company in Southwest Florida. And while I was doing that, served on the board of directors for Big Brothers Big Sisters in Southwest Florida. So that's where I got my connection into kind of the nonprofit space. Ended up taking a job in Columbus, Ohio, where I joined Big Brothers Big Sisters as their development director, and knew immediately that I was not going to be using one of our competitors, which I won't name on this podcast, and decided to start shopping around for our biggest fundraiser of the year, Build for Kids' Sake, which I know many Big Brothers Big Sisters chapters do. Saw OneCause really came to the top first and foremost for me. Admittedly had to do my due diligence on finding, other solutions at different price points. But I'll be honest, my heart was always with OneCause. It was really convincing, the decision makers at my organization to pull the trigger on it. And I'm so happy we did that. Organization, although I'm no longer there, is still using OneCause. Actually, someone who just left our organization was my CSM, Steph Rigler, who I'm sure has been or was with OneCause for many years.
Ever. Yeah.
And my organization, Big Brothers, is still going on strong. But I think what really got me in the door at OneCause, apart from being a customer, was having the opportunity to join the customer advisory board after my first year being at Big Brothers.
Oh,
Big
right.
Sisters.
That's right. I forgot that.
Yeah, so I joined Steve Lausch and that group of nonprofit professionals, just being able to see first the brand new fundraising platform before it was even called the fundraising platform, and got to test pilot it and start to work out some of the kinks and provide feedback, and saw some of those come to life in real time before my eyes. Got invited back for a second time, and towards the end of that, had to tell Steve that I would be joining his ranks and coming on board. And frankly, this is where I feel like I belong. My heart's here. I not only love being able to serve, like Ashley, hundreds and hundreds of nonprofits, and being able to work with them and help them strategize around how they can use our technology better. And even if it's just how to raise more money, and our technology plays a small piece of it, I really, really love doing that. It's very fulfilling for me. But technology is one of my passions. So I get to merge this kind of customer experience, hospitality background that I have with my personal love for technology. So it just feels like a nice,
good fit.
Yeah, a good fit for me.
Yeah. I feel like I have deja vu because it does the whole CS team have such passion and commitment and fueled by missions and causes? Because when I spoke with Caitlin and Ashley Bennett and Missy, they all had that same fire in them that the two of you are expressing. So is that just the culture of the CS team? I mean, I know y'all, but I don't get to work with side by side with you every day. But it seems like that's a recurring theme here.
I think so. Like I said earlier, our team is just fantastic. I mean, every segment is wonderful. We get to work a little bit more closely with, Ashley and Caitlin and Missy and some of our other team members. But they, I'll give props to our leadership team too. They really do help to galvanize us and let us sort of be empowered and develop that culture. And we really just bounce off of each other and lift each other up. It's just a great group to always be with. And I never feel bad about being put on this team or that team or having to collaborate with this person, because just frankly, everyone's wonderful.
It's the best team I've ever been a part of, Dawn.
Wow, Ashley, that's a bold statement.
I know. And I've been here for 2 years, and I'm like, at first I was like, is this real? Because the culture is full of encouragement. Everybody's got each other's back. We are lifting each other up. We come with so many different strengths, like our team in sales and nonprofit and customer
marketing.
Yeah. Everybody, we are all part of the puzzle, and we all have this fire and drive. And it's really cool to be a part of. I'm very thankful I get to be a part of it, because it's a team I've never been a part of.
Oh, wow. So good to hear. Makes me, I mean, for a veteran like myself, who's been starting my 14th year here, just is special, so it's good to hear you guys say that. So I want to dive into some of the things that you talked about. What I'm hearing is innovation, technology, experience. So, if I could rewind, I mean, I do remember those early days, where the technology wasn't so robust. We were pioneers. OneCause was pioneered back in 2008, when I first started in 2011. And we were pioneers then. We try to be pioneers now. I think we are. We're constantly innovating. You mentioned that thanks to our CAB and our National Customer Advisory Board, they help us drive that innovation and prioritize, because there's so much that we want to do. So thank you, Ryan, for your service there. So a lot has changed, I should say, with technology and innovation. I feel it's kind of gone from a luxury to a necessity. I don't know how you fundraise effectively, efficiently, and grow your impact without technology today. But one thing that hasn't changed is that there's an experience that comes along with that technology acquisition or that adoption, right? Okay, we're going to work with OneCause. There needs to be, and there always has been, people behind it, right? So let's talk about the people aspect and the customer experience aspect to the innovation? Because the innovations are black and white. We either have the feature or we don't. And in our case, we try to pack in as much features as we can, make it as robust we can. But let's talk about the people that make it successful for our customers. And since you are in customer success, who best to talk about that except the two of you?
Well, I first think, and Ryan, I believe you'll agree with me, but I think the first step is our customer education team has really set all of us up, our customers included, on some really great tools for OneCause University courses. Personally, as a customer, I would literally double screen and I would set up my site when I was watching the OneCause University courses. It really helped walk me through how to set up my website or my event site. But I think Ryan will continue this journey for me. I always go first with the OCU courses and how we're able to have these like really robust resources for our customers to utilize.
Yeah, I tell my customers frequently that we pride ourselves on the people at OneCause, that when you come to OneCause, it's a true partnership, because you're never going to be met with some sort of machine or automation telling you this or that. I'm sure we have articles and self-help guides and ways that you can obtain the training and enhance your experience in using our product. But there's always someone there to either pick up the phone when you call or respond to the email or get back to you on a chatbot. You're talking to a real life person who you're really creating that connection point with that person. Oftentimes it's Ashley and I that are building these relationships with our customers. Hopefully it's spanning over years and years and years. We're really getting to know them and potentially on a personal level too, which has happened on from time to time. But even if it's just meeting with someone from our award-winning support team, you really are getting a personal touch point to help you with whatever you're troubleshooting or any questions that you have. It's a huge difference maker for OneCause, and I think in the marketplace.
I think what we really also bring from our nonprofit backgrounds is these fundraising strategy calls. So when we're talking to our customers and they're looking at their year-long fundraising and like, okay, 2024 is here. Here's how we use the software now. What are you seeing? What are the trends? We're happy. And I get so excited to have a fundraising strategy call with my customers, because I want to get on the call with you, show you how to find value in the software, dream with you. And then I'm starting to see some of those things come to fruition right now, seeing them stretch themselves a little bit, use a fundraising page, use this for a new fundraising initiative, and it's working. And so I love that piece, that not only are we helping them get set up in their event sites, get them going, get them moving, but we also get to engage with their fundraising strategy for year-long fundraising. And that to me is just like the icing on the cake in this role.
Wow, I love hearing all of that. I mean, it's definitely the people and the innovation hand in hand, and we're passionate about both here, and you're helping to deliver that. But I'm going to turn to the innovation side now that we kind of chatted about the people side of things. So what's interesting about both of you is you have really seen platform come to life. So Ashley, you were at Raise Virtual, which was the beginning of, we have to reimagine giving, and how are we going to do that and attract so many different audiences at the same time and do it well and all of that. I don't even want to go back there, because those were rough days for fundraising when in-person events kind of came crashing down. And then Ryan, when you joined us, you were instrumental in our customer advisory board and testing all of the features and what are we going to bring out first and do differently and reimagine. So I think you both have really good perspectives on the fundraising platform. What excites you the most? Because it is one feature-rich product, right? I mean, I saw Steve Lausch, he is our director of product marketing here at OneCause, and he showed me like a 3-page something the other, with maybe 3 columns per page with just broken down features of OneCause fundraising platform. I'm like, oh my God, I'm dizzy. I can't even look at all those words on a page. So I'm going to ask you, who live and breathe it every day, what excites you most? What features do you love? What's all the buzz about platform these days?
I I have, if it's okay, I have two answers to this, Don.
Yeah, go.
I want to give one that I think gets our customers excited the most, and I definitely want to share that. But I have one personal favorite, so I'll start with mine. I love fundraising pages just as a feature, as a concept. It is something that OneCause has never done. And frankly, I don't think anyone has done something like this before, where you have this integrated online giving experience that you can seamlessly either attach to your upcoming event, have as a standalone page just to collect recurring donations or some sort of an evergreen space. We even have light ambassador fundraising capabilities now, which I can only imagine what that's going to turn into in the future, as I know our product team is going to continue to innovate that. It is, to me, the single most powerful tool that we have currently in the fundraising platform, because of its versatility and because of the implication that it can have not only on year-round fundraising initiatives for our customers, but being able to take those campaigns that they're doing all throughout the year and use those to further enhance the maybe more episodical events that are happening, one or potentially two times a year. Because it is a seamless product where you're getting all this information in one place, and you're able to then cater messaging and communications out to those donors that maybe have never attended an event but gave you $50 one day online. To me, that's so cool and so powerful, and I know it's only going to get better. I think the other thing that our customers just get really excited about, I like it too, it's really cool, but the AI component.
I knew you were going there.
Control.
Yeah.
And of course, we know that nobody's doing that yet. And it started with auction description AI, but now you can kind of see it everywhere with different descriptions. Almost anywhere you can type text, you can generate something with AI. And we've pre-programmed it to be in the voice of an auctioneer, so it even sounds, like you're someone trying to sell it at a fundraising event. It's so cool, and our customers they glow when you tell them about that.
Oh my gosh, that is my daughter used to run a pretty large silent auction at an annual event for her foundation. I was like, where was AI when I was painfully writing? I mean, sometimes you just stare out into the window or a blank piece of paper. What am I going to title this thing? And, it goes on forever because you're just creative juices. You're like silly putty, like you've both have been in fundraisers. After a while, you just can't think creatively anymore. Yep. And if nothing else, if it just gets you 80% there, that's great. And you just go in and edit. But, oh my God, what a great, I love both of those. But, before we turn it over to Ashley, can you just give us a brief description as to what those two items are, fundraising pages, and explain a little bit more about what Auction AI actually does, just so our audience has a better idea what you're talking about.
Yeah, so fundraising pages is, we'll call it a unique component or a unique feature within the fundraising platform, separate from events. So we're thinking outside the ballroom here. That allows you to create microsite fundraising pages, text to give campaigns. You can even create embeddable forms, or if you wish, they can be a seamless integration of all three experiences in one. You can create as many of these as you want when you have this feature with your plan, and you can just use them as online fundraising portals anytime, anywhere. Use it as a day of giving, use it as a monthly giving campaign, use it as an entire month campaign. I've seen capital campaigns, annual funds. You can do matching gifts. I mean, they're so versatile. I mentioned ambassador fundraising, so individuals can join the campaign, have their own team, put their image on there, why they're fundraising, have their own goal. We have a cool leaderboard that shows who's raising the most for you. I see this as limitless possibility with this one feature. And
that's just one feature you're talking about.
One small product that we have, not even talking about events and kind of what OneCause is known for. It's just such an incredible piece of technology that everybody needs to be using. So.
And Auction AI, just to explain that a little bit more, you feed the bot, if you will, some idea of what is in this basket that you just landed at your front door, and it will create a catchy title and a pretty cool description and make it sound like an auctioneer is selling it, as you mentioned, Ryan, and it just saves hours of
Hours.
administrative work, just hours. Any more to add about the auction AI and what it is?
I think you nailed it. It's so simple. It's right in the software. You don't have to go, outside of it externally, a new window. It's right there. You push a button, feed it. I think if I can just use the pragmatic example at Raise last year, and if you come to Raise this year, you'll probably see this. They had literally just the description, a snake plant in vase, and prompted the generation to occur through AI. And 3 paragraphs later of this wonderful descriptive text about selling a snake plant in a vase makes you want to spend a lot more money, I can tell you that, on such a simple thing.
And what about when you're live, right? And somebody walks in with an auction item and and it typically goes, on a shelf someplace, and you come back to it after the event is over. How cool is that to just say, okay, get it out there, do the auction AI, and in minutes you have everything you need, right? Lot number, title, description, boom. And oh my gosh, I needed that tool so badly. All right.
The description pops up and you're like, ooh, yes.
That's what I wanted to say. Yeah. All right, Ashley, what is exciting you most about Platform and the 13 pages of features that I'm seeing here in all these marketing materials?
Don, I literally I don't even know. Ryan and I geek out. Our team geeks out about Platform. I was an early adopter for VEC. I was the fundraiser in the middle of the pandemic trying to do a gala. And then we did a medical panel discussion. And so the evolving journey of Platform, everything that gets released, I'm like, that is so good. I'm going to run it back to fundraising pages, and in fact, do a shameless plug, because Ryan and I and one of our, and actually Caitlin and Christina, we're all working right now on a webinar for our customers to join, talking about practical ways to use fundraising pages for your long. We're really excited about it. It shows you how to do a quick setup, but then also really diving into those fun things that we're hearing, ways to use it. And we're going to launch it soon. So we're pretty excited about that. I'm a big fan of ambassador fundraising just because it's a ripple effect. And the thing that I would like to branch off of what you get with fundraising pages is you get, everybody has their own community. Dawn, you have your community. Ryan has his, and I have mine. And when you're doing a fundraising and ambassador type fundraising, now we're getting all of my community that's donating to me in our donor data. All of your community on your fundraising page for your ambassador giving is coming all into the same place. So what I really geek out on, and Ryan and I actually have been hosting analytics for this. When you have your organization dashboard that's showing everything that's happening, your new supporters, your returning supporters, fundraising pages, those donors coming in, watching the behaviors as you're continuing to use a fundraising platform throughout the year, it's just building really good data for you. So now you're able to segment that out, steward your donors in special ways and personal touches, invite them to different events, knowing their behaviors, even drilling down to what are they purchasing at your silent auction? Maybe you have an event coming up, you're going to send out a communication to them and invite them. So the amount of data that's able to be collected as you continue to build your events within the platform, to me, is golden. That is just awesome.
Yeah. And what I'm hearing from both of you is, especially with fundraising pages and ambassador fundraising, is that the event isn't and shouldn't be in a silo. The event is one step of the giving journey that your supporter is taking. They've already expressed alignment and passion for your mission, and an event is one step in that journey. And some of these features and innovations really gives them a complete 365 opportunity to give. It's creating that culture of giving and understanding that the foundation is more than just a 4-hour event, or that fundraising is more than a 4-hour event. It's really building that community. How am I going there? Is that accurate?
No, I think you're absolutely right, Dawn. The seamlessness, I'll keep saying that word, of the fundraising platform is not only a great enhancement for your donors to be in this kind of singular experience, like Ashley alluded to, about being able to steward them after the event or reach out to them to thank them and reach out for further opportunities to give later on in the year. But it's also a mindset shift that I think needs to occur for some of our customers.
For sure.
So many of them are not just ours, but I think so many nonprofits look at their technology for auctions and events as, I need this for the one auction that I put on for the year. And, it comes down to, being very critical to that one endeavor that they're putting on. It takes a lot of effort to put on an event, and there's a lot of focus on just that singular date, where we're offering now a product that you're going to be able to get value out of all 365 days out of the year. We're not asking you to do 365 events, but you can just keep getting value out of this product, not just to the bottom line, which we know is important, keeps the lights on at nonprofits. Ashley and I both work there. We know how critical that is. But it's also such a pleasant experience for your supporters too.
For sure. And I think supporters sometimes don't give because they just don't know what they can do, right? They get an invitation, they can either come or can't. My husband and I, we don't really have opportunities to support the causes that we're aligned to by attending events. We're raising a son with special needs that doesn't give us the opportunity to go out very much. So I can't do that, but sometimes I'm like, I wonder what I can do. And then it ends there. But if I'm on that event site and it's showing me what I can do, I'm going to be able to look into that a little bit more and see how I can get involved, and giving me some remote opportunities. I'm all about it. So, all right, we've talked about how robust fundraising platform is. So I think this is a 2-part question. So we're going to get a lot out of both of you, hopefully. Platform is innovative. It's feature rich. There's so much you can do. What are you seeing our customers doing? Like, what creative ways are they using it? But then let's also attack it from the opposite way. What are they not doing that you think they should be doing? So I'd love to hear from, just random, like what's the creativity you're seeing, and what do you wish they were doing that they're not? Whatever pops into your head, and whoever wants to take that first, and however this goes, let's just explore that.
Pickleball is on the trend right now.
Pickleball? Did you just say pickleball?
Pickleball events.
Pickleball.
Yes. Pickleball is trending, and people are doing pickleball events.
Pickleball is just so it's supposed to be pickleball for kids' sake now instead of bowl for kids' sake. What do you think, Ryan?
I have my own opinions about pickleball, but I grew up in Florida, so.
Well, okay. I could have thought I would have put money on a lot of things. I just not so sure that I would have won, because I don't know if I would have said pickleball. But go ahead, keep going. Creative ideas, and what are they doing? What should they be doing that they're not doing?
Okay, so I'll field this for sure. The one thing that I've seen that is it was such a smart use of our software. Transitioning into the events now. One of my customers had a need to be able to text something very specific to a huge swath of supporters at their event. This is a customer that is hosting a 2,000 person event in a stadium in the Northeast. And just the conventional spotter paddle raise just was not going to be feasible. You can't spot in an arena like that. So they needed a way to communicate with supporters directly and give them abilities to give. Now, I won't name who this was, but they were a classic mobile bidding customer. They moved into platform, and they had figured out a way to do this in our legacy software. And we're trying to figure out how to do it in platform. And what they ended up doing, I thought was so cool. They took another feature that we have. We could spend all day talking about those, and built impact levels. And they built as many impact levels as they thought were necessary to demonstrate, what $100 would do for this organization, what $500 would do for this organization, and so on and so forth. And they text that opportunity out to all of their supporters during the ask. And individuals were giving. The thermometer on the huge screen in the stadium was going up, and they ended up raising more during the appeal, doing it that way than they ever had doing it in a maybe more traditional sense in the classic software, which I thought was such a cool idea. Just one of the many, really fun things that I see our customers doing. And one thing that I think they need to start doing, start using the software to communicate thanks to your donors.
Gratitude.
Steward them.
Yeah.
Gratitude. For you to send out that text message. I mean, think about nowadays, that's how everyone is giving and receiving information nowadays. If you need to get a message to somebody, you text them. Some people are old school and they still call. That's fine. But you have this at your fingertips just to send out a message of thanks in the fundraising platform to everyone who attended your event. Thank you so much for coming. You can even remind yourself to send it out 2 months from now to say, hey, you remember that $5,000 donation that you made at my event? This is what it did, and give them that impact statement. That is how you build a relationship with the donor. That's how you build a donor to keep coming back to you for more. And that's how in another 2 months from now, when you ask them again, they're going to happily give, because you're showing them exactly what their dollars are doing. And you can do that in our platform.
Love it. Love it. Go ahead, Ashley. What do you have to add?
That's like drop the mic there. Like that was so good. It's that dating analogy that I always go back to. It's like they attend your event, and that's sometimes your first date. And through the stewardship tools that Ryan just shared, it's like, that's how you engage with them, and they start to learn more about your mission. And then hopefully you get to where you're married to them and they want to put their own fundraising page up, do their own ambassador fundraising, host their own event. It's just such a great tool. And I couldn't agree more with that communication tool. Do more of it because it's at your fingertips. I just was at a conference and I heard, it's silly, 97% open rate for text. People really aren't ignoring text, right?
No.
So use it.
Yeah. And I think that goes back to what I was saying earlier. My husband and I can't really get out much to support the causes that we believe in through the event. And if that's my only opportunity, then that ends for me. That journey ends for me. But you've just talked about so many. First of all, I'd love it if somebody expressed gratitude for whatever I'm able to give, because I'm going to max what my budget allows. So having the gratitude, whether it's $20, $200, or $2,000, that makes me feel special. But just giving me opportunities to have my own fundraising event, to tap into my community, to just be able to have a personal fundraising page, or to know that there's fundraising 365 that I could participate in. It's powerful stuff. It's really a journey that you're taking with your donors. And I think that's an important message for nonprofits.
It really is. It really is.
Yeah. Well, so what are you excited most about that you can talk about? I know there's some things that you can't talk about that's coming up because we're always innovating. We have new features all the time. But what are you excited about for the very short term that you can talk about for our customers?
Gosh, I think one thing, and I hope that no one holds any sort of timeline to us, because I don't know when these things will come out, of course. But one thing I am so excited about is going back to our AI conversation earlier, that we're going to have some kind of image AI generation here at some point, which I think will be so cool. We all three of us have fundraised done, and I know we've been in positions where we get this maybe a really nice basket or some really great experience, and we just can't get the right picture, and we're in an office that maybe is dimly lit and it doesn't look great.
And you're spending hours on Google. No, that doesn't work. No, that doesn't work. Yeah, no, I'll be home in an hour, family. Just trying to get this one picture, to find. Yep,
exactly. And just having the ability to just generate that for you. That's, again, just saving time, saving stress, and ultimately putting forward a better presentation for your donors.
Yeah. Ashley, what are you excited about?
I just think aesthetically, we've grown so much in our software, and just the aesthetics of the fundraising platform is only going to be enhanced. And so I don't know what that looks like. I trust our product team so much. They're so smart. They're so creative, and they work so hard. And so I can't actually pinpoint one thing. I just love the direction that we're going and that we're in, and that we're in event season. So we get to see it.
Yeah, yay.
So we're in full event season right now, supporting our customers as they're making and bringing in those vital donor dollars to make their mission grow further. So I'm excited about that.
It just reminded me, I mean, here I am just talking to you like there's no tomorrow, and you guys are in the middle of event season. I'm like, gosh, we got to wrap up this episode so I can get you back to our customers. But I do know what you're talking about. I was excited about our platform. I don't know if you know, but my daughter has her own foundation. She started when she was 14. She's now 21. So we've been running it for years now, but we were one of the first on what the first version of platform looked like. I think you alluded to it, Ashley. We called it VEC back then, Virtual Event Center, but we actually test drove Virtual Event Center for my daughter for one of her events. I had called our product team, our chief of product, and said, hey, listen, do you need a guinea pig? We'll volunteer. Let's get this thing rocking and rolling. But I thought it was so beautiful then, and it just keeps getting prettier and prettier every day. So I agree with you on the aesthetics. Well, this has been just so much fun. The people behind the people is what I'm going to call you guys, right? It's just so full of passion and mission driven. You're so fueled by everything that our customers are doing and everything that our platform is doing to support the customers. And it's just really nice to talk about that because it's what you do every day, but I don't know if we call that out or highlight it enough. And we certainly want our customers to know the people behind the product and that you're there to actually answer the phone, aren't you both?
Always.
Yeah. So are you planning to join us again at Raise 2024? Hopefully we'll see you there.
I hope that we are both there, and I hope that we can, maybe have another little quick session with you, Dawn.
Yeah, anytime, of course. And Ashley, you and I have a webinar coming up, right?
Yeah, we do. Our moderator, I think, was speaking at that virtual raise. Then I was like, ooh, he's so good. So
Patrick Kirby. Yeah.
Yeah. And I'm excited. When I did my interview with OneCause, I said, hey, and is there any chance I could ever get to raise? Because I want to be a part of that. So yeah, I would love it.
That's a great couple of days, right? You really feel the connectedness amongst everyone. It doesn't matter if you're a vendor or it doesn't matter. We're just all one and we're just building better tomorrows together. But I'm looking forward to that webinar. Ryan, we got to get you on a webinar. But Ashley's is one-upping you there. She's going to be on a panel. We're going to talk about effective fundraising, and Patrick Kirby is going to be moderating it. It should be a really good session. I'm looking forward to your insight and expertise there.
I'll look forward to watching it.
Well, fearless fundraisers, that's about all we have time for today. Thank you for listening. We hope you enjoyed today's Raise Nation topic and your daily dose of fundraising inspiration. Tune in for a new episode release every Thursday at 12:30 p.m. That's Thursdays, 12:30 p.m. Eastern Time. In the meantime, listen to all the episodes on Raise Nation Radio. And as I mentioned in the beginning, follow any channel because we're everywhere. This way you can get notifications about our new guests. And if you're a fundraiser or if you are a customer of Ryan's or Ashley's and you would like to be featured on Raise Nation Radio, let us know. You're all doing amazing things. We want to feature your stories. We know they're awe-inspiring, and we'd love to welcome you on the show. I'd like to thank our sponsor, OneCause, for making this episode possible. OneCause is driving the future of fundraising with easy-to-use digital fundraising solutions that help nonprofits connect with donors. Check it out at onecause.com, and please visit the resource tab on the homepage. Aside from all of our podcast episodes, we have a broad catalog of content. It's all free, and hopefully you'll find that very helpful. A great, big, huge shout out to two of my favorite colleagues here at OneCause, Ryan Love and Ashley Sanregret. It is event season and they are a part of the customer experience. So I really do need to let them get back to serving our customers, but I do want to thank them and express my gratitude for being on the show today and just sharing authentic conversation. But I'm also going to ask you for a little last words of inspiration. So whoever wants to take that first, our audience is ready to be inspired.
Yeah, I think the theme of today's episode, if I had to pin it, is innovation. And so for me, I want to just say that OneCause is, of course, leading the charge in innovation and technology. We're always trying to push the envelope, but I want to challenge our customers to be part of that innovation, be part of that change. Challenge OneCause to push for what you need to fundraise better. We will meet that for you. We will listen and the more that you change the landscape of fundraise, the more that OneCause will change with it. So
I love that, Ryan. How about you, Ashley? You want to close us out with some inspiration?
Yeah, I just want to call out to our fundraisers and to everybody in nonprofit, because we know you wear a million different hats, and we know that you are working tireless hours and selfless acts of just having a servant's heart. And I just heard recently that, the good that you're doing now is fantastic. But your legacy is what you're going to see and what people will see as it plays out in other people. So as you're pouring into others, working to serve your mission, serving others, that your legacy is just building every day. You get to move your mission forward. And I think that's beautiful. And so keep up the good work. You are a difference maker and our world needs you. So I'm just very thankful that I get to be a part of that.
Oh, my heart is full talking to both of you. It's just so special, and reminds me of what is so special about OneCause and why I've been here for 13 plus years. So thank you again so much for being on the show. You probably have a million customers to get back to. I'm sorry that I pulled you out during event season, but I really appreciate you being here and just sharing your insights about OneCause and our innovation. So thank you both.
You're welcome, Don. We'll come back anytime.
Yes, thank you so much, Dawn.
All right. We'll see you guys real soon. Until next time, that's a wrap. I'm Dawn Lego. This is Raise Nation Radio. You stay fearless out there.